Welcome everybody to Thursday Night Live. Welcome. Come on, Wildcat. Come on. Hi, Alexi. Hi, Wildcat. Well, I cut my grass today. I burned the little brush pile out in my front yard a while ago. And people, they had a bad wreck today out there on I-65 between the 22. Hello there. How you doing, my friend? They had an accident on I-65 in Clark County between the 20 and 23 mile marker of I-65 between 12 and 1 p.m. involving two 18-wheelers. I don't know, but I believe you can find it on Facebook if you got Facebook. And Moreau Township Fire Department, I think that's what that is, which is Henryville, Indiana Fire Department. And I was sitting here, I seen the fire truck go by, but I should have jumped in my car and drove about a block, but I didn't. So I walked up. Yeah, you're my friend. You're my friend. And I went up there to the 23.5 at I-65, and I direct traffic from the overpass, the southbound, telling everybody to get over in that left-hand lane, which is, the left lane pass, because they had the slow lane blocked. And people, what makes me mad, and I know, the truck drivers, they had CB radio, the northbound tells the southbound, and they got off at Scottsburg exit, which is north of me, and north of the accident. But the one that had the CB radio, they got in that left lane, in the left-hand lane on I-65 southbound. And like I say, I up on the overpass, pointing over like that, trying to get the four-wheelers and 18-wheelers that didn't have a CB radio. And any of your trucking companies, being a former truck driver, and truck drivers don't make any money if they're sitting in the parking lot. If your trucking companies out there in the United States, at least here in the United States, they need CB radio. Because then they would know and they take another exit. Because any truck drivers, they're going to sit in the parking lot because they can't move. And, any of your trucking companies, get a CB radio. And that way, you make money, the driver makes money. So, I just want, the trucking companies to have all CB radios. I'm 71 plus years old. I'm 71 plus years, my friend. I had 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and back problems. I live out in the country, own my own house, making house payments on my fixed income. I'm single. And I got an email today because I like to find out who passed away or when their funeral is, but this young guy, about 30, 38, 39 years old, he passed away. His name is Eric. And him and my son grew up together. And all this. They had fun together. Eric is a year older than my son. So we be going to the funeral home. And, cause, they grew up when they was kids. And Eric Fitzgerald, something I can't remember, but so we're gonna go to the funeral home, and cause like I say, my son and him and Eric, they had fun when they was younger. Played outside and dig a hole in the ground like all kids does. And I showed him a picture of Eric. And because Eric had a good-looking sister, older than Eric. And Eric's mother was good looking. And all that. So we're going to the funeral home tomorrow sometime. And, you know, and, you know, but, you know, Eric, he's a good boy. He was a heck of a good boy. Him and my son played together, school bus, washed the cars, you know. He was good. Him and my son got along perfect. You know, but, you know, kids is not supposed to die before their parents. Hello, doctor. Yeah, I cut some more grass today and all of this, and I burnt one I had out here in the front, but I didn't work in my garden today. Cause I look in my my little, whatever you call it. I see, I can't think what the name of it is. You know, this stuff. And I look up, when to plant. And I'm going to do it next week. I try to go in this that way that you find out when to plant your flowers or your garden and stuff like that. And that, is pretty good. What's your favorite flower? Well, I like roses. But there's a flower, I can't even think of the name. It's midnight, no. Blue, I can't remember. Then you got other flowers that is red, white, and blue. You got a flower, it's like red, white, and blue that I've seen on the internet. But blue, man, I can't think. It's blue. It has black in it. And what's that? Not midnight blue. Well, heck, that makes me mad. I can't remember. And the other one, same dip, which is red, white, and blue. The flower is. Then you got some that looks like rainbow flowers, all different colors. And I wish I can remember. But I like flowers. I like tulips, Easter flowers, and I like rose bushes. I'm going to have to get me another rose bush because I ain't got a green thumb. That one died, so I'm going to have to buy me another rose bush and plant it. Is what I'm going to have to do. And I won't get the zero turn lawnmower this week. It'll be next week. So I have to wait until next week. But I still got tree stuff in the southeast corner of my property that I have to clean and put it on the brush pile. I'll probably do some more tomorrow afternoon. Near the church, it was rolling in the grass. Possibly a female wearing a white colored shirt. He did not stop to check. I done took my medicine. I took it after I got out of the bathtub and welcome everybody. I need about 10 and more people to subscribe to my channel to put me at 1,000. And if you look at last night's video, I asked for help because I don't understand. I'm 71 plus years. I'm not that smart up here. To get modified or where you get YouTube where you get into the 4,000 watch hours and all this. I think it takes 3 weeks for you. I don't know, people. I'm not that smart. Oh, Lord. Hi there, Rhea. Welcome. I want to thank you all that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Get me 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. And I need help, people, to get my watch hours up. And I would love, I could use the money. Oh, I know. Maybe I didn't watch good enough last night, 709. I'm sorry. I guess I could look at last night's video and check, the traffic. That's how come people, I put in the chat, my email. Like I said, people, I'm on a cell phone. I know if I was the computer, the screen would be better. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm trying my best. You know. 27 on a 2019 Volvo lady. But it's, anybody who drives an 18. Okay. Anybody who drives an 18-wheeler or you own a trucking company, hello. Hey, ask Gina if she remember, I done forgot his name, Eric, I think his name, that lived next door when we live on, up on Woodridge. Ask Gina if she remember, I think Eric, yeah, Eric, and his sister lived, cause Junior and him, see, Eric was born in 85 and Junior was born 86. And we was living up on Woodridge back there then. And Eric, well, you can tell her to go to, good evening. Go to Grayson's funeral home. And you can see Eric's name. I got an email, but then I went to Grayson's site, and, kids ain't supposed to die before their parents does. Eric is just a year older than my son. His mom and dad is still alive. His sister's alive. Kids ain't supposed to die before their parents. The parents dies first, then the kid. Not the kids, then the parents. And we're going to the funeral home tomorrow. And my son remembers Eric's sister and his mom. And like I say, they had fun together. And, they had a good time. They get home from school. They get out and wash Eric's mother's car or my car or dug a hole, which they dug a hole, because the tree was cut down. They dug the hole to dig the tree out. And that was probably 30 some odd years old, since there's a year difference between Eric and Junior, my son Junior, 'cause he's a junior with the same name as mine. And okay, I just got me a piece of cheese, and I ate some cheese. I got some not lasagna. Maybe it is a lasagna. I don't. I got it, but I'm not going to do that until tomorrow. And my cats. I got Wildcat. Let's see if I can show you Wildcat. There's Wildcat right here. Right here. See, this is Wildcat. Wildcat, she's a pretty good kitty cat. The others probably in the living room, because Wildcat's the only one in here. But I want to thank you all for being the best YouTube family. You're my YouTube family. You're the closest thing I got to a family. Because you're my family. I got no other family, even the real family. They don't call me, they don't ask how I'm doing. But you all, I'm very proud of you. Let's get back to the accident around lunchtime today, between 12 and 1 o'clock on I-65, between the 22 and the 23 mile marker of I-65, around 12 to 1 o'clock, I-65 southbound. It involved two 18-wheelers. And the noise that I heard, I figured it was some kind of wreck, because I usually hear tires blow, but this wasn't tires blowing. Like it was an accident. And you can go on Facebook to Monroe Township, Henryville Fire Department. They have a picture of the accident involving two 18-wheelers. And I don't know if anybody died or what. So I'm going to put that on one of the TV channel, which the news won't come on for about another hour. And also, people, Saturday, I'm going to be live around 9 to 10 p.m., somewhere in that time frame. And we're going to have, about Louisville, Kentucky. I don't, man, see, I can't remember the name. Thunder over Louisville or something like that. They gonna have airplanes, fireworks. They got the 2nd Street Bridge closed. Thunder over Louisville, I think. Thunder over Louisville. They gonna have fireworks. That will be live. And I don't, you see airplanes, the P-51 Mustang, your jets, your helicopters, paratroopers, and UPS airplanes, helicopters, and probably the fireworks they will have, that'll be about 9 to 10 o'clock at night. Thunder over Louisville. It's going to be under WLKY TV. They does that every year, about the 3rd Saturday of every month. No, I ain't got my socks on. I put my socks on before I go to bed. And so I'm going to be doing a live stream Saturday, sometime after 9 o'clock, Thunder over Louisville. And I kind of wish I had a computer and I can bring up WLKY TV where you can really watch it. But, the way I got my phone right now, that's what I'm going to do. And you all going to like the fireworks. And, my kids been at Thunder over Louisville back when they was little. The outhouses, they didn't have that many outhouses. And if you had to go, you had to wait to use the bathroom. Now they got more outhouses. But you have to fight traffic, people. You find you a place to park, then you have all police departments out there, state, county, Kentucky police on both sides. And that's why I watch it on TV. Because I don't want to fight the traffic. And, and another thing, when it gets dark at that thing Saturday, Thunder will... Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Thunder over Louisville, like I say, it'll be on WLKY TV. And I guess you can look up WLKY TV and you can watch it. But I'm gonna share it on my YouTube channel. And at nighttime, before they do the fireworks, they gonna have those drones out there. They do drones of American flag and other stuff like they didn't have it last year because all the rain we got last year, so I said they're gonna have it this year. And if you all can look it up, Thunder over Louisville is WLKY, but I don't know in your state if it's on your local TV station. So that's how come I'm telling you WLKY TV in Louisville, Kentucky. Hello, Sherman Stick. Yeah, everything's well. I'm not getting my zero-turn lawnmower until next week. It's still in the shop. I'm still picking up tree limbs in my yard. Yeah, that's true. We always had mums. But, man, I wish I could remember those flowers that been on TikTok. You had one of those flowers, like midnight blue far or midnight blue far flower. Then the other one, the flower, you had red, white, and blue. Then you had others. I like to have that midnight blue far. I can't remember what WLKY is. And people look up Thunder over Louisville. Look up Thunder over Louisville, which it would be Saturday the 18th. And the TV that will have it on their TV channel is WLKY. I don't know if it's ABC, NBC. Right now, I can't remember. But it's WLKY TV of Louisville, Kentucky, which is channel 32. And the fireworks, I forget the company that's going to do it. They've been doing it, I say now, for 20 plus years. And they got the 2nd Street Bridge shut down because they have the Army or the Guards that have those big cannons on the 2nd Street Bridge. They do, and they will have fireworks on the bridge, on the side of the bridge. They should have, I think, 2 man, I hate that, barges. 2 barges or maybe 3 with fireworks on them, but they play music. And, Thunder over Louisville is the beginning of the Kentucky Derby. Just like if you look up Thunder over Louisville, and you know what I'm talking about. If you like fireworks, and like I say, I don't know in your state or country, well, like I say, I don't know. But for the military, it'll be on their military site, I think about 2 weeks after, I think. And they show, like I say, they might show F-16s and helicopters. That's people. Right now, my mind is blank. What's the airplane that? Well, they've been advertising on WLKY, but maybe it's going to be on 2 TV channels. But they've been showing it here on WLKY. Yeah. But I just, like I say, it's either WDRB or WLKY, people. Like I said, my mind is not thinking too good for some reason tonight. But usually, like I said, people, it's usually WLKY, but maybe this year it will be WDRB. I'll wait until Saturday, about 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere in there. If you like airplanes, they're going to have all kinds of airplanes from the military. The P-51 Mustangs and helicopters. What's the other jet? It got the big cannon on it. LRM. Welcome. And see, people, I can't think. And what in the heck is the name of that jet? It got like a Gatling gun on it. And what they said is like a bathtub. Man, I hate that, people. My mind ain't doing Warhog. Well, yeah, Warhog. The Warhog. You might see some of them at Thunder over in Louisville. You see the helicopters that got the 2 blades on it. Those A-10, yeah. The A-10. Thank you. Hello there, Free Hornet. And the helicopters that got the blades on front and back, they have them. They should. They have it every year. And the A-10s and F-16s, the P-51 Mustangs, and they have people jumping out of a helicopter, the paratroopers. And that means I have to raise my tripod and really focus on the TV. And I might mute some of it because of the music, because it's a copyright thing. But I don't know, because the U.S. Supreme Court got on YouTube about the three-strike policies. And they can't, by the way I understand it, they can't give you the three strikes anymore. The way I understand the U.S. Supreme Court ruled on. But I'm going to mute it to be on the safe side. Because not last year, 2024 people, I had over 500 people on my YouTube channel watching Thunder over Louisville. Even the fireworks. Because when they do the fireworks, they play music during the fireworks. And because of the music, they said it was copyrighted. But I don't think now, the way I heard the U.S. Supreme Court saying they can't do that. Yeah, but drought monitor. You know, but people, I don't know if that either will be WLKY or WDRB TV. I have to wait until Saturday to find out for sure. But, you know, man, I hate this bullcrap. Trying to do something and it ain't letting me do that. Thunder over Louisville. Thunder over Louisville. Let's see. Well, it says the air show will start at 3 p.m. But let's see. It says Thunder of USA show includes United States Air Force F-16 demo team, the F-35, the MB-22 Osprey civilian acts like Matthew Yunkin, Twin Beach, you know. And the KC-130 the KC-135, the UH-60 Black Hawk, the Big Ford Bridge was closed for the air show, but it don't say what TV channel it be on. I hate this bull crap. What TV channel will Thunder Over Louisville be on? Well, it makes me mad when you can't find out what TV channel it's going. But it don't. Okay, see, it's Thunder Over Louisville on TV. Let's see. It says here, people, Thunder Over Louisville 2026 will be broadcast live on WLKY TV channel 32 on Saturday, April the 18th of 2026, starting the air show at 3 p.m. Fireworks will be about 9:30, so I was right. People, it be on WLKY TV Saturday, so it'll be after 3 o'clock. See, it says right there, at 3 o'clock. And it's on WLKY, Thunder Over Louisville, people. You'll like it. Official broadcast partner, WLKY TV, starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fireworks and drone show at 9:30 p.m. Alternate view, WLKY YouTube. So maybe it's going to be on YouTube. So that'd be good. Like I said, people, look up Thunder Over Louisville and you will see about 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is my time. Right now, people, it's 10:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to do it Saturday. I'm going to show you on TV. But if WLKY going to do it on their YouTube channel, wonder if they even got a YouTube channel. Let's see. Well, people, they do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, they're going to have Thunderbirds there. Yeah, WLKY TV is CBS, people. So, just think about Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, when the air show begins. So, I want to thank everybody on here and URM. Thank the nurses, people. Think a nurse. Man, I got to scoot over before I end up on the floor. Think a nurse. That ain't a pillow. Think a nurse for their service. It takes a very special person to be a nurse that works in the ER, ICU, trauma, Yeah, be nice to the nurses. And thank a nurse for their service. They're the frontline people in a hospital. They're the front line, besides the doctor. The nurses see you before the doctor does. They take your blood pressure. They put the EKG thing. They do blood work, an x-ray. Then the doctor looks at everything. Nurses really don't make it. They should get paid more. Nurses is the front line. Nurses even work in surgery with the doctors. So, you all thank a nurse for their service. That's what I want you to do. And make sure you all subscribe. Help me get my watch hours up. And I appreciate you all that have subscribed and helping me out and sending me emails to ask questions. That's pretty good of you. Thank you for it. And like I said, people, And I want to say, think a truck driver. I'm mad at some of those trucking companies. Back 30 years ago, every 18-wheeler had a CB radio. I think all trucking companies should have CB radios in their trucks. Like this wreck they had this afternoon between 12 and 1 o'clock on I-65 southbound between the 22 and the 23.5. If they had CB radios, they would got off at Scottsburg and come down 31. Because truck drivers don't make no money if they're sitting in a parking lot. And your trucking companies ain't making any money if they're sitting in a parking lot because of a wreck. So your trucking company, get the lead out of your rear end, put CB radios back in the trucks where they can keep up on the traffic if they need to make a detour. And if I own a business, which I don't, if I did, any 18-wheelers that came to transport myself, if you ain't got CB radios, you ain't gonna pick it up. That'd be one of the qualifications. So you all need to put CB radios back into the 18-wheelers. You know, like I said, when you sit in a traffic jam for an hour or 2 hours, is they don't get paid. 18-wheelers don't get paid if they're sitting still. They get paid by the mile. If they had CB radios in their truck today, they would got off at Scottsburg exit to 56 to 31 and come down 31 past my house to Henryville and get back on 65 southbound. But no, your trucking company is stupid. I call you stupid. You know, CB radio is part of business. Yeah, truck drivers can put the radio in your vehicle, but you should have, have them put the CB radio. You can't depend on your cell phones, people. You can't depend on your cell phone. What happened to cell phones go dead? CB radio, Charlie Bravo radio, like it used to be. It's safer. They can keep up on the traffic on the interstate. Like UPS, I'm pissed off at UPS people. They lost a driver because of no CB radio. If he would have a CB radio, the truck driver would know about slowing down. Didn't know nothing about it. He wrecked and died. I hope the family sued UPS. No CB radio in the truck. And people having a CB radio in an 18-wheeler, it's safety. Though your trucking company want your 18-wheeler to be safe. That's safety equipment. If I own a company that you pick up from, I would say no. If you ain't got CB radios, I don't need your pickup truck, 18-wheelers. That's what I would do if I owned a business. When you got a time limit to get from point A to point B, and you got a traffic jam or a car wreck, you're going to be shut down for hours, and you got a CB radio, you know you can take a detour. Because the northbounders, they came by, they told the southbounders to get off at Scottsburg exit. And I saw a bunch of them while I was standing at the overpass at the 23.5, telling them to get over. I had some good-looking girls that way, and some of them doing this. And God bless those people. And your trucking companies, you worry about safety. Put the CB radio back in your 18-wheeler. It's safety. By them not having a CB radio, they won't know and they won't know if there's a wreck or if there's snow. They have a CB radio in your company trucks, they would know the road is closed because of the snow. This is the same thing, people. I don't know if any trucking companies is on here that watches my channel. You people that's on my YouTube channel, you might work for a trucking company. I can go up there and watch all the 18-wheelers, write their name on a pad of paper, and I can talk about it. Hello, Jacob. I might do that. Take a pad of paper with the weather, probably about 80 today. It got hot. The air conditioning kicked on. Because I got it sitting at 79 at, if it got 80, it got hot in this house. The pain medicine is taking effect. But any trucking companies, I know owner-operators, they got CB radios. But your trucking companies that got your own tractor, you need CB radios in them. And another thing is your Smokey the Bears. You need to have CB radio back in those police cars. Like you used to be. City, county, and state. I like to see Smokey the Bears get their CB radio back in the police cars. Because you can't depend on a cell phone. And any of you that are ham radio operators, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, you did? People, if the cell tower goes down, like it did around here in 2017 because a tornado came through. They use CB radios and ham radio operators. You know. So, like I say, prepare yourself. Cell phones can go out too, people. And by having a CB radio in your 18-wheeler or the 4-wheeler, you can keep up on traffic. You cannot depend on your cell phone. You know, just think about it. I don't know if they have a CB radio app that you can have on your phone on channel 19. You know, that's just an idea, people. But I want everybody to think about people. I think it's YouTube or TikTok. And like, now I forgot what I was going to say. But a CB radio is good. What happens if your cell phone goes down? You can't call 911. Or by having a CB radio, even on battery backup, somebody will hear you. I got a CB radio in the kitchen. And I monitor 18, 28, 34. What? You say me the problem there, Jacob. He's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker, people. And I don't like troublemakers. I know he's been on there. He's changed his profile picture. He changed his profile picture because he was using my face on his YouTube channel. He knows better. He deserves 24 hours because he just a troublemaker. You know. And I want to thank my moderators. And one thing he said on there, it's X-rated. And We don't allow things like that, people. We have kids on here with their parents and their guardian, and we don't allow any of those things. On his YouTube channel. He didn't have my permission to use my face. You know, that's when you gotta be careful. I try to teach the younger people. I tell the younger people, don't send your pictures to anybody, because you don't know where they end up at. You know, where's my remote control? I know people in Kentucky I'm thinking about blocking him. You know, I'm tired of putting up with his bull crap. Because if he was on Sunflower's YouTube channel, he would be kicked off for good. And I like Sunflowers. She does DoorDash on her YouTube channel. Last night, she done DoorDash in the RV. Like I say, everybody knows the rules. And, you know, I'm trying to be nice to people. I know there's some trolls on here, not mention their names. I get emails on these trolls. So I know who the trolls are on here. And since that spacecraft, Atlantis or whatever, around the moon, did they see any of the things on the moon, like the rover and all this? You know, I remember when they walked on the moon and they put the flag on the moon. As I remember, the flag didn't move on the moon. Hello there, stray kid. Welcome. And I see videos now that the American flag is moving on the ground. That's not how I remember that, but people got to say a bunch of bull crap and lies. They gotta show an a-hole on TV. You know, a vice president, you know, from the first term of Trump. And I couldn't stand the first vice president under Trump because he was an Indiana governor. And I didn't like the a-hole when he was a governor. And he's our worst vice president that we had. I put him in the category of Biden, stupid. Because he was a bad governor of Indiana and he was a bad vice president. I just, I can't stand him. You know. I say, what was his name? O'Bannon? I forget who the vice president was under Trump the first time. I never did like him. I still don't like him. I don't like any other Republican governors in Indiana. I told you, I don't put up with bull crap. So he been blocked from my YouTube channel. So he been blocked. I knew as soon as he got in timeout, Hey, if you look on, let's see. You look at Liquid Tomath. Liquid dash TOMATHY. That's my picture. You know. So he was kicked off of my channel. Because I knew he had two different YouTube things. He's just a troublemaker. And I got a screenshot of it too, so, he didn't have my permission to use my picture. Hey, Doctor Who, I done kicked him off of my YouTube channel. I hide him from my channel because I'm not putting up with him no more. I'm just not gonna put up with him. And that liquid, like, okay, I'm just, like I say, you can look at his picture. It's a picture of me. And he didn't have my permission to use my name. I mean, my picture. So he just was a troublemaker. And since grandson put him in timeout for 24 hours on his other YouTube channel, and I just not gonna put up with no bullcrap, people. And he just liked to cause trouble. People, you cause trouble, I put you. Bull crap. He got his other YouTube channel. And I don't want any, like I said, people, you send pictures to people. You're not going to know where your picture, ladies, that's for you too. Your lady can send a picture to somebody. Your face can be put on the X-rated site from somebody else's body. And your guys, you send a picture to somebody, your picture can be put on somebody else's body on the X-rated site. But he didn't ask. He didn't ask at all. And I think he took the picture off of the live stream. I think I had my hand up like that or something, but people, for you to get blocked, you have to do something bad. Most of my moderators will put you in timeout up to 24 hours. But me, if you make me mad or don't go by the rules like he did, he's blocked from my YouTube channel. And I'm not going to go for it, people. I'm sorry. But I respect your rights, your freedom of speech. But my freedom of speech, you do not have the right to use my picture. You know, you lucky the cops don't. Stop what, Foxy Lady? I just don't put up with no bullcrap. And there's people on here, I'm not going to mention their names, but I get emails from certain people. They're trolls. They want to cause problems.
Repeating for Charlestown Fire Department, Charlestown District 5 for an active fire alarm at 5107 Abington Way, cross street of Bolts Drive, time out 2303.
Where in the heck is that in Charlestown? Like I say, people, I'm trying to do my best, and not are you. Well, I hate to see who that African woman was, because there ain't no pictures of me out there with an African American woman that I know of, because it was back maybe 90s, you know. Where you going, Wildcat? Where you going, baby? But I don't put up with any kind, because I'm trying to stay calm, not get upset because of my 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes. People, okay. I'm trying to be nice. I'm not racist. Okay, Jacob, take it easy, grandson. I got emails, I got certain people on here that are trolls. I'm not going to mention their names. And I know who the trolls are. They're on here tonight. But I don't tell who the trolls are. But, like I tell you people, I've told you and told you, all YouTube channels got police on it. Every YouTube channel got police on it. Especially the kids, they got police on their YouTube channel. Acting as kids where they can catch those stranger danger, child traffickers. They're on here. They're on old people's YouTube channel.
If you can't avoid it, do not mail your checks. But if you have to use a blue or black gel pen, that's because it's harder to wash away. Also, never leave mail in your home mailbox overnight. Investigators say it is best to take envelopes with checks inside directly into the post office. More housing.
People, they just said, Indiana State Police said, you, like me living out in the country, they check your mailbox. You know, because of checks in your mail.
Into the Louisville area. One of the pilots, Chase Bennett, was born and raised in Louisville. He says it's a dream come true to bring an F-16 back to his hometown. The air show for Thunder over Louisville starts at 3 p.m. Saturday. Our guide to Thunder is on our website, WDRB.com. A 3-year-old is recovering after he was cut by a woman trying to kidnap him at Walmart.
So that let you know what Plains is going to be at Thunder. Betty, you ain't going to go to sleep yet, are you? And I'm older than you, and you're a party pooper?
Now you can get WDRB newscasts, forecasts, and original shows whenever and wherever you want. And it's free. Download
You know,
WDRB Plus for Apple
that's
TV,
what happens, people.
TV, and on your mobile device.
I like to sleep with the window open. But that screen is so little, those little flies gets in. And I got to put fly traps. It's time to take them all down. So, hey, party pooper, foxy lady, what would you do if you spend the night here? Would you go to bed this early? That shows you're getting old. And I'm older than you a few years. I guarantee you, people, when I live in Charlestown, going to school and sleeping upstairs during the wintertime, I opened the windows on both ends of the house in the wintertime and had one blanket. And my dad always got on me the next morning. He opened the door up, because, you got to walk the steps to get into the first floor. He said, shut those windows, it's cold. But man, I slept like a baby. Good night, foxy lady. Sweet dreams. I hope you dream about me. How can you be a party pooper? If you was here, you wouldn't be going to bed this early. I keep you up. I keep you up till 1 or 2 o'clock, but she probably beat the heck out of me or pull a knife out on me. People let you know that Betty Donahue is my ex-wife. But she is a foxy lady. She is a foxy lady. How we met there, Dr. Hugh, back in 78. She came to the Sports Dome Speedway. It's a figure 8, an oval track in Clarksville or Jeffersonville. It depends which side of the road you're on. It had an old 40-something dump truck with a flat head in it and a standard transmission that wasn't synchronized. I was riding on the shotgun side, came around the backstretch at the Sports Dome Speedway. She had a shirt on. I think it was yellow. I'm not sure. And it said, Foxy Lady on it. I said, I bet you're Foxy. That's how we met. Uh-oh, she get mad at me, people. But she is a foxy lady. Even I'm a few years older than she is. And Foxy Lady is a special lady because of her birthday. She was born on New Year's Day. She was a January 1st baby when she was born, in the county she was born in. That's how we met, and I think we got married in 78. And that's how we met. She was foxy. I believe we got married November of 78. I think. Maybe the 17th. She'll let me know. Hey, golf. You know, To me, that number is X-rated. I don't allow that. I don't allow that because to me, that sex has something to do with sex. I don't allow that. You know that. And I see in Kentucky that, you got to show an ID. I agree with our government that you must show your ID, like a driver's license. Why is it, people? In Kentucky, they say a school ID will work. Because, people, I ran for sheriff a long time ago. I hit all the polls. I've seen people voting 5 to 8 times, but with different names. And I might get me. And using that, I'm going to say 96. To me, that is X-rated. And I do not allow that. And you know better than that. You knew better than that. I'm not the only. I figured it was the 18th or 17th. And Foxy Lady, it was November the 18th, wasn't it? People, Foxy Lady, when we got married, she was Foxy. She's still Foxy the last time I've seen her. After I have 1, 2, 3 kids. She got grandkids and great-grandkids, if I'm right. Yeah, she got great-grandkids, just like me. Hello, Nomad. I like Nomad. The reason I like Nomad, it brings the Nomad cars out. The Nomad wagon back in the 50s. And I think the 60s. No, 50s. 57 Nomad, 56 Nomad. I rode in quite a few of them. Never did own a Nomad. I did have a Suburban. I slept in my Suburban for about 3 weeks thanks to my blankety blank brother. I don't have teeth. I had all of my teeth pulled. I got false teeth, and I wore them for about a year. And like my mom, she never did use that glue on her teeth. It just went in and stayed there. Mine always kept falling out without putting the glue stuff on it. I'm not going to do that no more. Maybe I should upgrade my teeth, but go someplace different this time. You know, when I had my Foxy Lady, when I had my teeth done, the dentist is down there by the hospital. What is it, Spring Street Dentistry, or right there close to the hospital where I went. And when I had all my teeth pulled, I went to New Albany there on Charlestown Road across the county line and had all my teeth pulled. And they pulled, I think, 10 teeth. And I was flirting with those nurses, or whatever they are, in that place. Because I was high as a kite. But I thought I was getting married to a girl in Louisville. And she was in the Gothic thing. But found out she's a cheater. I got both of them. I got the upper and lower teeth. But when I dated that girl in Louisville, she's known as the Doggy Door Bandit. And she was living in Louisville somewhere. Found out she was two-timing. So I took the dog out for a walk. And this lady stopped me. And I knew who she was. She's a cop, undercover cop. And she told me everything about her. Because she was getting ready to I think she got arrested not too long after that for drugs. But this nice African-American lady, I think I used to date her. I could be wrong. She told me. And she knew I didn't do drugs. And she said, just break up with her and all this. And I broke up with her. And as soon as I broke up with her, and this lady cop didn't, I even had her phone number. She called me, said, you broke up with her? I said, yeah. I said, okay. That wasn't too long after that. She got arrested for drugs. And that's good, people. I don't like drugs. That's how come I've been sober from drugs and alcohol 25 plus years. I don't miss it. I couldn't afford a case of beer. Case of beer is 20 or more for a case of beer, or even an 18-pack I saw was $20. Back when I was 16, people, and 21, a case of beer in bottles was less than $2 for a case of beer. Hello there. Well, I've talked about CB radios, because today on I-65 here in Clark County, Indiana, between the 22 and the 23-mile marker, they had two 18-wheelers and had a bad wreck the southbound lane of I-65 in the slow lane. If 18-wheelers, some of them got CB radios in their trucks, and they knew to get over. Sweet dreams, Foxy Lady. And if all truck drivers, even the company truck drivers, if they would have had CB radios in the 18-wheelers, they would got off at the Scottsburg exit on the 56 to 31 to Henryville, which is the 19-mile marker, and got off. Truck drivers don't get paid sitting in a parking lot. To me, it's a safety feature. Any trucking company, it's a safety feature for your truck drivers. Learn about road conditions, wrecks, they can take a detour. Because then you'll make money, the truck drivers will make money. To put CB radios in the 18-wheeler company truck. What I did, I walked up to the 23.5 overpass. Got on the north side of the overpass. I went like that, telling everybody in the slow lane to get over in the fast lane. And there was a couple of good-looking ladies, too. Some people went like this, I love them. I could have met maybe some of those YouTube people driving down the expressway. Thank you, And Saturday, people, about 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I would be doing Thunder over Louisville. And I believe you could go to YouTube Saturday, type in WLKY TV. I believe they would be live on there too. And you get, like I say, you saw the little video that I took off of the TV station that shows you some jets that's landing in Louisville, because I hear them go over my house. But like the ex-wife there, where she lives, she hear them planes going over her house. When I lived in Charlestown, people, I can sit on the front porch, watch them planes circulate all the times in the helicopters. So I would be doing Thunder over Louisville Saturday. But you can also go on YouTube to WLKY, and they should carry it on WLKY YouTube channel. You can do that. I do have in the icebox, people. I was going to fix for supper. I figured tomorrow I would either fix lasagna or Red Baron Brick House pepperoni pizza tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know. Just have to. I don't know what I'm going to do until tomorrow. And let's see. I'm going to have to go. See if I hit the right button. And the other night, people, I was watching WAVE TV, but Jim Fallon, or whatever he is, and everybody has to be good. The other night, I watched Jim Fallon, I think is his name. He had this group from Korea, BTS or something like that. I watched him. I've never heard of them before, but I went to their YouTube channel. They got good music, especially the one about swim. And they showed the people when they was on Jim Fallon TV show the other night that all them people were singing it. There was even a mother there. The mother probably 34, somewhere between 40 and 60 years old was there. She liked that music. And I listened to their music because I've never heard them on any of the local radio stations. But I saw them on YouTube. I like their music. I could get into their music, no matter if they are from Korea. But all those people that was on his show, they knew every word to their music that Jim played on his show. And that's the first time I heard their music. And people, that word, I did not appreciate that. So he got time out for 24 hours. And my pain medicine is taking effect. So people, I want to thank you all that have subscribed to my channel. If you go to the video last night, the 15th of last night's video, I asked for your all's help on getting monetized. Where I go, how do I apply, this and that. Just watch last night's video, because people, I'm 71 plus years old, and I don't know what, to do. And I want to thank you all that have subscribed. I like to see if I got 11 subscribers tonight. If I got 11 subscribers tonight, it'll be a little bit over 1,001 if I got 11 subscribers tonight. So, you all have a great evening. Tomorrow is Friday. Well, let's see. Probably the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere. Probably late 80s. And I want to salute y'all. Peace. You ladies, thank you. And I do get email from ladies. They like how I run my show, that I don't allow no bad words or sexual harassment. Thank you, ladies, for those sweet comments in the email. I appreciate that. And I love y'all ladies for that. And your ladies is perfect. And I thank you all that helping me out. You're the closest thing I got to a real family. Because my real family don't call me, stop by, or ask. Yeah, I know who my trolls are. People, you don't have to tell me. I got trolls on here. I know who they are. And I'm not going to mention their names because I know who they are. They know I know who they are. Because I put them in timeout. Sorry, Butter Toast. I ain't going to tell who the trolls are. Me and another moderator knows who the trolls are. And men's going to hate this. Boys and men, you treat girls that are always right, no matter if they're wrong. But to keep peace in the family, if you're married to a woman or you're dating a girl, they're always right. That's how you get along in this world. Ladies is always right, no matter if they're wrong. But to keep peace in the family, ladies is always right. That's true, ladies. They won't admit when they're wrong, but you keep peace in the family, they're always right. Men and dating age boys, they're always right. Remember that. If you want to make it 20 plus years of marriage, they're always right. Don't forget birthdays, anniversary, Valentine's Day, Christmas. Remember where you went on your first date. what you had to eat on your first date. You know, just think about it. And, you know, Margaret's probably in the living room. The only one I got on my lap right here is Wildcat. This is Wildcat. That's Wildcat. She likes to sleep with me. And, you know, if I go to the bathroom, she'll follow me into the bathroom and get up on the sink, you know. The reason I called her Wildcat, people, when she was a baby kitten, I thought she was a wildcat. What is it, bobcat? But her tail was too long. And I called her Wildcat because she looked like a wildcat. No, but her tail was too long because bobcats got short tails. And I never did change her name. I called her Wildcat. But I got an outside cat. I call him Wildcat because he's not a wildcat, but his mom, like the rest of the mother cats, always had her babies close to house. But this one mother cat always go to a neighbor's house. And when the baby gets old enough to where they can eat dry food and milk, and she'll bring him down here. And that's how come I called her Wildcat, because there's midnight. Midnight is black and white. Captain is black and white. Wildcat, kind of long hair. And let's see. Little Bit is wild, because that's Boots' baby. And Little Blackie, because she shows up. Cause she won't show up if I'm outside, but Little Bit will. But Little Bit comes a little bit closer, but Little Bit is kind of a scaredy cat because of her mama. She sees me petting her mother and her brother Snowball. Snowball is black and white, but more white, and she is black. He is black. I can pet them. It shows Little Bit that I'm a good person. But because of Mama Boots not having her babies on the porch or back in the shed where they can hear my voice. Hello, Alexi. How you doing, Alexi? But before I wake up, people, all 5 kitty cats will be in here on this bed. What really makes me mad is Kathy. Kathy's the orange female cat. You know, she has tapped me on the face when she wants me to wake up. If I don't wake up, then she comes out with her toenails. Her toenails are like razor blades, because they can really cut the heck out of your face. And I get mad, and I smack Kathy. I said, I don't want to get up until 9 or 10 o'clock. Kathy likes to wake me up about 7 o'clock in the morning. Nope, I want to sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock. So people, I want to thank you. I hope I got 11 subscribers tonight. I need about 11 to 12 more subscribers to hit 1,000 subscribers. It'd be nice if I would monetize. Then I can have money to fix my roof all up, paint my bathroom, paint the living room and kitchen. I could do that. But I can't. Hello, sweet. I got a cat tree in the living room. I had them right here, but when I turned my bed north and south, that's the way I am right now. I did have it east and west underneath this window. And the kitty cats love to get up in that window. But here's the bad thing about getting up in the window. If they fall asleep, they fall out. They always fell on my head and scratched my head. Well, you know my post office box, people. It's in the description, in my profile. It tells you my post office box. I only go to my post office box once a week. Or every other week. If it's winter time and the weather's bad, it might be 2 or 3 weeks before I make it to the post office. Okay, you can do that. You can do that. I usually go to the post office box on Friday. And you all don't know, it's Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, zip code 47111 is my zip code and my post office box. That's in Charlestown where I used to live. But I had that post office box maybe 15, 20 years, something like that. And that's where I have all my bills goes there. The bank statement, everything goes to my post office box. Because I don't trust the mailboxes out on the road. Because people always stealing mail from those post office boxes. They done that when I was young. They still doing it to this day. That's how come everything goes through my post office box. And so people, it's time for me to get off of here. I gotta put my socks on. I sleep with my socks on, because if you know anything about a diabetic, they get cold real easy. And they just knocked my chair over in the front room. They ain't Wildcat, they ain't Alexis. It's either Kathy, Margaret, or Alex that knocked that chair over in the front room. But I did clean up, took some empty cat food bags and took it up there to the burning pile out in the front and burned that. And if you people wants to send me anything, you can do it through my post office box. If you want to send cat treats or anything, or a shirt says I love cats or anything like that, I got a hat, people, that I wear. It says I love Jesus. Got like a heart. Says I love Jesus on it. And I want you all. Let's see. Have I? Okay, sweet Robert Finger, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Now you got 2 subscribers. That is what I do. I help people to grow their channel. Get you some videos, you know, if you live in the United States, and if you live in a state, what is a place to visit in your state? You know, tourist attractions in your state. Or if you're from the country, and what's your tourist attractions for your country? You know, that people can come and visit. You know, people, well, you should get an email. Sometimes I get emails. Sometimes I don't get emails. I don't know why. You know, you should get an email. Most of the time you do, but YouTube, you never know. There's music. Let me check on. What the heck happened? Band Lover and Art 3. 29 subscribers. Oh, I see. I'm going to have to watch this video later. I believe it's the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I grew up with, I love the Beatles. You know, I grew up watching the Beatles. I don't know what channel I watched the other night. Because I got Pluto and YouTube, and I got all that on my smart TV. They show the Beatles, man, they were young. I don't remember them being that young, or maybe I'm just old and don't remember. like I said, sweet Robert Finger, you should get an email that I subscribe to your channel. But not everybody gets an email. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't know why. I can't answer that. I've been live on YouTube. It was a year in December when I started doing live videos. And I watch a whole lot of videos learning what I need to talk about and this and that. That's how come I talk about God. Because, well, this truck driver did. JBG Traveler. Johnny B. Good. JB3 Traveler. He died about a month ago. And he's from the Philippines. But he's a legal citizen of the United States. And I got watching his show. Those people that make comments that God is going to hurt you, YouTube channel. People, I have learned by me putting my faith into God. You can go look back 4 or 5 months ago. I done a video where I fell off of my porch backwards 4 feet. It's in the video about 4 months ago, I think. 4 or 5 months ago. If I didn't have my faith in the God, I would either got a concussion, a broken neck, I could have been paralyzed. The doctor at the hospital that I went to said I was lucky. And I said, the reason I'm lucky, doctor, I got my faith in the God, because God has something special for me to do. That's how come I told God, if he wants to help, I could use some extra money. You know, I like to buy me a pickup truck, a new pickup truck. But you see the price of the new pickup truck, $50,000 or more. I don't want to buy a house. You know, the last time I bought a new vehicle was 1973. And it cost me $2,000 for a 1973 Monte Carlo. I can't afford a new vehicle. If I was going to get a pickup truck, I hate to say it, people, a Jeep pickup truck, but I can't afford one. That's how come I want to get monetized. I can fix my house up. You know, the things that I have to, a Jeep pickup truck. Because everybody always needs a pickup truck. Because you either go to a yard sale or you go to a hardware store or to a lumber place to build your dog house. See, by having a pick, and people, I just want you to be polite on my channel. I treat everybody with respect. I don't care if you've been in jail or prison or whatever. It's not up to me to judge you. It's up to God. God is the judge, the jury, the prosecutor, your public defender, and 5-0. It's up to God. And it's up to God to judge you. I might like some of your things you do, but I don't judge you. There's two people on here, a man and his wife. I blocked them because I know I judge them. And I know he's lying out his teeth. And I did judge him. I've seen the stuff. But God will punish him. I just don't want him him and his wife on my YouTube channel because of kids with their parents. And I won't, but when you get on my YouTube channel, people, there's no cussing, no sexual harassment, no hate crimes, no arguing, no using fancy numbers that I don't understand. But I got moderators that knows all the terms that the younger people use. They'll put you in timeout 24 hours. And a couple moderators that I trust tells me what they mean. So the next time, they'll be bye-bye, because some of my moderators might put you in timeout 5 minutes. Some will put you in timeout 24 hours. And I don't overrule my moderators. And like the troublemaker, I kicked him off of my YouTube channel because he's a troublemaker and I won't put up with it. You got to do something really bad to make me mad where I kick you off from my YouTube channel. And I've done a few people like that. But I can't go in on my cell phone and find out who I blocked. And I want to educate you people on computers. I bought a new computer a year ago, February, from Amazon. It's an HP 17 point something touchscreen, 1 gigabyte of hard drive, a good graphics card, plenty of RAM. But here's the catch-22. The third party, PC Online. You can look him up on your search engine. Then scroll down to the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. You will see over 200 complaints on PC Online. I'm mad at HP because they won't fix it because it's under warranty. And I'm a HP family. My son is a HP family. But since PC Online upgraded it without HP permission, you find out you got Amazon, Walmart, and what's the other one? Newegg, N-E-W-E-G-G, third party. Anything with PC Online computer, stay away from them, people. You'll get screwed. You'll lose your computer. They also put ransomware on it. And I know for a fact because that's what they did to me. And, I wish HP, they got all the paperwork. They got the serial number. They got my address. Well, I complained last year in June or July. I sent them screenshots, but they still won't fix it. But it makes HP look bad, you know. But PC Online, they also sell Dell computers. They sell every computer on the market. They modified it. It voids your warranty. So anything with PC Online, people, don't buy it. If you're going to get you a computer, maybe Best Buy. If they got it right there where you can take it home with you, I'm not making any money from Best Buy. I'm just telling you about my experience. I don't want you all to get taken advantage of. And I try to help people. I don't have the money to help you out, you know. But I got faith in the God. God talks to you all. God gave you what you got. God can take it away from you. You people know who it is. You're rich. God can take it away from you. God wants you to help people. I'm not a lady. If I was a lady, I'd get all kinds of money, especially from turtle ladies, catfish. I'm going to call her catfish. She's an ugly woman. She got a face and a stop an 8-day clock. Weighs 300 to 500 pounds. I got nothing against fat ladies. I've seen fat ladies that's real sexy looking. But this catfish fat lady got her own YouTube channel. She got a face and a stop an 8-day clock and lies to people. She gets all kinds of money. And says she's going to use it for this and that to help people out. That's a lie. I call her catfish. She looks like a catfish. Like I say, I can't send you a personal email because YouTube has the same email that I got. And if you, like I say, you go into my YouTube, in my description or about me, it has my email in there. It has my Cash App, my PayPal, my post office box. If you go to last night's video, which was the 15th, it was Wednesday, you see where I pinned my post office box in the comments of last night's video. It's in YouTube about me. It has all the information about me. A city boy learning to be a country boy. It has my post office box, PayPal, Cash App. It has all that in my about description of me. So people, it's time for me to get off of here. And I gotta get up. Hey, Wildcat, hey, can you move a minute? Can you move? Let Daddy get off my lap. Good girl. Good girl, because Daddy can't get up if you're sitting on my lap. So people, thank you for coming up here. I hope I got 11 or 12 subscribers tonight, because it'll put me over 1,000. I think 11 or 12 tonight. So thank you all. I love you. Peace. I catch you all later.